Hey guys, Robert again. This is my 2025 Fantic XEF450. I've got it apart right now. I'm just doing some preventive maintenance, repair maintenance after the last ride I was on. I was down in California doing a couple days ride. It's supposed to be 3, but my back sucks, so I had to call it at 2. But anyways, this is one thing that happened. This is the fuel line that goes from the rear tank, or mid tank as I call it, to the inline fuel filter. It had peeled away. It was bulging out there when you put it under pressure. So anytime I see a crack like that, I'm going to replace the line. I don't care what's going on. So that's being replaced, and I replaced it with Napa's version of a Gates barricade hose. So this is designed for high pressure fuel injection settings. This is the inline fuel filter from Fantic. That is the quick connect that goes to the fuel pump on the mid tank. So that fuel line comes from down here behind the shock, through this holder, which you can, my finger is in the way, through that holder, over the frame rail, down beside the frame rail, and then to this fitting, which normally sits on the inside of the frame. I've just got it pulled out. And I've also got the heat shielding off of this hose right now. Because of the way the Fantic engine is, which is basically the Yamaha engine, that's your exhaust pipe. So you got to run heat protection on this hose. You can see my lovely wire tie, or safety wire hose clamp. The only reason I did that, and for those of you who do adventure riding or rally riding, if you have these clamps, make sure you have a small screwdriver to remove the clamp and side cutters to reinstall it. They actually remove and reinstall really easily once you get the technique down. Now you can see I had to cut this hose with my Leatherman. Basically this hose had split and it was pouring fuel down. I basically emptied my middle tank in like 10 minutes, and it should have lasted like 200 kilometers, or well, 100 kilometers anyway at race speed. So anyways, that was going to be a problem. If my front tanks weren't full, I was in trouble. But anyways, fix that. So this hose is quite a soft hose. You can actually collapse it with your fingers. So that's how much it's going to expand, and it's going to transfer fuel fine. It's not going to transfer pressure fine. So, or not as good as a high pressure fuel line like this one. So this is all getting replaced. But the reason this, sorry, I just dropped the fuel line. The reason this one cracked is that it takes, at this point right here, it takes a really sharp 90. So I'm going to install a 90-degree fitting in here. Also, well, it's brass, so it'll handle any pressure I can throw at it. So I'm going to have a little stubby line here, 90-degree to take that across the frame. And then I don't think I need another 90 because this hose showed no issues, but I'm going to see how the new fuel line lays in. But let me know in the comments if you'd like me to go through this bike. It is kind of a new bike for North America. This is the only one in North America that I know of at the time. So I'm happy to go through it with everybody and show what the differences are, some of the neat machining that's around, some of the neat options that are in this bike, things that I've changed, like I just put the hippo hands on here. I'm actually, after one ride, I'm really a big fan of the open hand guards, but that's just me. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, you know, all that algorithm stuff. And hope to talk to you soon, and we will see you on the next video.